All right, it is December 25th. Welcome to another episode of Stand Tall. We are in verse 5 of The Art of War, chapter 5, verse 21. The clever combatant looks to the effect of combined energy and does not require too much from individuals, hence his ability to pick out the right men and utilize combined energy. So that to me says, he looks to the combined energy of his men to pick out the right men and utilize combined energy. That's of course leadership, being able to pick and choose the right people and put them in the right roles. Okay, so let's go to an alternate translation and see. Master Sun says, therefore, good warriors seek effectiveness in battle from the force of momentum, not from individual people. Right? So momentum, all of us together. Therefore, they are able to choose people and let the force of momentum do its work. Li Kuan says, when you have the force of momentum in war, even the timid can be courageous. So it is impossible to choose them for their capabilities and give them the appropriate responsibilities. The brave can fight, the careful can guard, the intelligent can communicate. No one is useless. All right. So no matter what, however you are, your strengths and weaknesses are yours and yours alone. And then through the encouragement of the masses, right? The force of momentum in war can make the timid courageous. It can make anybody do things that they're not accustomed to doing. No one is useless. Everybody is capable of something. Mei Yao Chen says, it is easy to get people to act by means of the force of momentum, whereas it is hard to demand a power in individual people. The able have to choose the right people and also let the force of momentum do its work. Jing Yu says that the rule for delegation of responsibility is to use greed, use folly, use intelligence, and use bravery, allowing for the natural force of each one, not blaming people for what they are incapable of, but choosing appropriate responsibilities for them according to their respective capacities. So that's like, I love it. Um, you got to be able to choose and put the people in the right spot, given on what their strengths and weaknesses are. That is the mark of a true leader, right? A true general, knowing who fits where and letting them take that role on. December 25th, the Daily Stoic. Don't burn the candle at both ends. The mind must be given relaxation. It will rise improved and sharper after a good break. Just as rich fields must not be forced, for they will quickly lose their fertility if never given a break. So constant work on the anvil will fracture the force of the mind, but it regains its powers if it is set free and relaxed for a while. Constant work gives rise to a certain kind of dullness and feebleness in the rational soul. Seneca on Tranquility of Mind, 17.5. Wow. Okay. Quick, it'll lose the fertility if it's never given a break. Constant work on the anvil. Iron sharpens iron, right? That's why we're reading The Art of War. We're honing ourselves, we're making ourselves better so that we can be what we truly desire to be on the inside. And Seneca hits the nail on the head. I think it's appropriate it's around this time of year too. A lot of people may be feeling a little guilty for not working, and that's okay. Everybody's not working. One can't read Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and not be struck by the difference between those two radically different personalities. Each had his own strengths and weaknesses. Which would you have rather have entrusted with the immense responsibility of an empire? Probably Marcus. But who would you rather be as a person? Probably Seneca. One of the reasons is that Seneca seems to have had what we would now refer to as a work-life balance. Whereas Marcus can read as though he's worn down and tired, Seneca always feels energetic, fresh, robust. His philosophy of rest and relaxation, intermixed with his rigorous study and other Stoic rituals, probably had a lot to do with it. The mind is a muscle, and like the rest, it can be strained, overworked, even injured. Our physical health is also worn down by overcommitment, a lack of rest, and bad habits. Bad habits are important. Remember the tall tale about John Henry, the man who challenged the machine? He died of exhaustion at the end. Don't forget that. Today, you may face things that try your patience, require considerable focus or clarity, or demand creative breakthroughs. Life is a long haul. That will mean many such moments. Are you going to be able to handle them if you burn the candle at both ends? If you've been abusing and overworking your body? I love this reflection, especially at this time Um, a lot of people do need to hear that because it points out that Seneca was not just like some lackadaisical philosopher. He had a rigorous habit of studying in between, all of these other Stoic rituals. So it's important to take all of that into consideration. It can't just be the one way that you live your life. Okay, you have to incorporate Marcus and Seneca at different times, and that's why it's important to read all different kinds, and that's why it's important to read The Art of War, because just like a good leader or a good general, you're going to know at different times when you need the rest, when you need to work hard, when you need to study, when you need to be active, and when you need to be sedentary. Just like we've read in Art of War, it's always about the preparation. The generals who spend their nights writing, and the leaders who would spend their nights writing, and the generals who would spend their nights with their officers planning and strategizing the next steps. Because if every day is a battle, then Marcus Aurelius is who we turn to. But when the day turns out and there's no battle, then maybe we need to be more like Seneca.